Shut up!
Games! A new direction in gaming. Jacobite Rising! Command & Colors Tricorn! Jacobite Rising is obviously a game designed by Richard Borg, and this time you'll get new interesting play concepts which brings new experience and challenges covering the world of the Highland clans and the time of the Jacobite Rising. Designed by Richard Borg, this game, complexity is 6 out of 10, solitaire suitability no, best enjoyed by 2. Time scale, it's different per scenario, same thing with the map scale, unit scale. A 2-player game plays in about 60 to 90 minutes. And what you get with this game is a rulebook, scenario booklet, a battlefield game board, it's mounted, 52 command cards, 58 combat cards, and you know the stuff, Command & Colors, man. Richard Borg is laughing all the way to the bank.
Hello, this is Riccardo Masini, and this week's greatest day in history and games is September 11th, 1906. Another September 11th, much different from the tragic 2001 World Trade Center terrorist attack, a date of peace, when a man created a non-violent weapon to carry on his struggle for freedom and justice. That weapon was called Satyagraha, or passive resistance. That man was called Gandhi. Gandhi was born in India in 1869 in full British colonial era. His father died when he was just 18, so as a young and bright boy he decided to go to England to begin his career as a lawyer. When he came back to India, he discovered that also his mother had just died. Young Gandhi was now on its own. His legal business led him to South Africa, where he was first exposed to the humiliation suffered by the African population and the Indian immigrants due to the racist regime. Gandhi, until then a shy and timid young man, displayed a great talent for public speaking and quickly became a political leader. For many years, Gandhi fought the South African racist laws, and on September 11, 1906, he organized the first Satyagraha, a non-violent passive resistance demonstration campaign that in the end forced the regime to abolish its most excessive restrictions. Once again back in India, Gandhi began the struggle towards his main goal, achieving independence for his nation from the British Empire, and once again not with violence, but with passive resistance. The situation in India was very difficult. Violent revolutionary movements were conducting a terrorist campaign, British forces repressed even pacific demonstrations with untold violence, the political scene was fragmented and inconclusive, the society was torn apart by traditional partitions and religious unrest. Gandhi was quickly recognized as the natural leader of the Indian National Congress Party and tried to unite the entire Indian people around his own idea of a non-violent, progressive and enlightened process of liberation and spiritual purification, going against the old caste system to protect the so-called untouchables, the pariah, and promoting total tolerance toward the Muslims in the north. The fight was long and hard, punctuated by arrests, political fasting, and tragic personal sufferings. But in the end, in 1947, Gandhi achieved his goal. India was free, but at a price. The leaders of the Muslim League obtained the partition from the British. Northern Muslim regions became an independent state, Pakistan. The partition led to many riots and thousands of deaths between Muslims and Hindus. Even if fiercely opposed to it, Gandhi did everything in his power to stop the violence. But on January 30th, 1948, he was killed by an Hindu integralist. The entire world will stop to celebrate one of the greatest leaders of all history, a man who showed that non-violence can become an unstoppable weapon to gain freedom and justice. A great way to remember such an imposing figure is Gandhi, the last title in the successful coin series by GMT Games. Set in colonial India, the game sees four factions compete for the future of the country: British Raj government, revolutionary movements, Muslim League and Indian Congress, obviously led by Gandhi himself. To fully simulate the Satyagraha strategy, however, this title introduces very interesting mechanics, such as interdiction, non-violent special abilities, arrests by the government, independent princely states, sudden political crises to exploit, British viceroys with differing policies, and an ever-increasing friction between Muslims and Hindus. The strategy for the insurgents will be to block the whole nation by violent or non-violent means, leading to the collapse of the colonial regime. The Raj player will have to balance his reactions well, possibly divide the insurgent camp and make this last piece of the British Empire survive. This creates a very peculiar experience, even for seasoned coin players, further increased by the special card-driven bot mechanic called Arjuna, named after the hero of the Mahabharata Indian national poem. With Arjuna, it becomes very easy to manage virtual players and appreciate this title even with less than 4 players. So, that's it for this week. See you on the next Battlefields. Ciao!
Cheers! Shut up!
A game for gamers, made by gamers, by Flying Pig Games.
Of Mo's Game Tables, taking a look at Micro Design Group's Kerry Anderson's game, Live Free or Die, 3 Battles for America. He also previews Roy Matheson's War Diary, a wargaming journal, number 15, and takes a look at Apollo, a game inspired by the NASA moon missions from Buffalo Games. Philosopher AJ Toynbee of Hexes and Soldiers is updating his channel on a live stream. And the one and only STUKAJOE has a preview video of Santa Cruz 1797, a game designed by Ivan Caceres and published by Belika 3rd Generation. ID Jester is doing a live unboxing of the Dark Valley Deluxe Edition by Ted Racer, published by GMT. And the GIMPY Gamer's been busy with doing a review-through and overview of Absolute Victory, a game by Compass Games, a new direction in gaming. Also, the final of Brief Border Wars review-through by Brian Train, and Gimpy's Gal Guesses 1985 Under an Iron Sky, and Absolute Victory review-through Part 1. The man famously known as Calandale, Enrico Viglino, gives you his review of Imperial Struggle, a game published by GMT, and starts his Grant Takes Command, Beyond the North. And Dr. Cody Carlson of The Discriminating Gamer is taking a look at U-Boot, the board game. And Jay of Poindexter Games is doing his B-17 Flying Fortress Leader Mission 13, November Ends. Fantastic production. This is STUKAJOE quality production. You want to know what's happening on the big board? Well, go on the big board and the CEO himself will tell you with a video update.
Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions Review, the punk rock band of Wargame Review institutions. This week we will be reviewing Oil War, American Intervention in the Persian Gulf. It's from SPI. It was originally a folio game, but the guy I got it from looks like he cut down the folio so it all fit into the sleeve here. But the components are all here, and it looks like a short rule book, so I'll be playtesting it this weekend, and then sometime early in the week, hopefully have a review posted of it. First game we're doing a first look at on YouTube is Modern War Magazine number 8 with the special historical game Holy Land, the Next Arab-Israeli War. It's got 2 maps and stuff. Looks like a pretty formidable game. Hopefully it's a good game. Next game we're doing a first look at on YouTube is Invasion 1944, the Americans in Normandy. It says it's an introductory game to Panzer Grenadier, but it's got the full Panzer Grenadier 40-page rule set in here. It's got 2 maps in their card stock, and the counters are pretty big, so the components all look good. And here's an unusual one. This is Ritter, a diceless battle game for Ancients and Medievals by Chris Engel. I got this, I don't know where, but I wasn't sure what it was when I bought it, but after opening it, it turns out it's a miniatures game. It looks a little bit similar to like one of these abstract ancient and medieval miniature games like DBA or something, except there's really no combat results table in it. There's just things that happen when units come into combat, so you don't roll any dice or anything, so it's kind of unique in that aspect. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon on our website and on our YouTube channel. Have a good evening.
And for all your Polish speakers and hearers out there, Wojtek TV number 45, or actually it's number 445, that's Unboxing Fortress Berlin. Great channel. Wish I understood it. And the Hugh Hefner of war games, Wardy-Robe. Yeah, or Wardrobe. I'm confused. But the itinerant hobbyist Todd has been busy with Libertad, SCW Blitzkrieg Commander List and Rules, also Poland Defiant Wrap-Up, and a live Poland Defiant Turn 8, plus Gunberries, Hobby Climb. And the guys of Little Wars TV is asking that age-old question, is historical wargaming dying out? Matt, the artist, is taking a look at, and I must say, one of the most beautiful wargaming boxes covers I have ever seen, Austerlitz, 1805, a review. The Heinemann of Let's Play history has been on the slow-mo. 3 videos out. The first one being Fields of Glory Empires, also Strategic Command World War II War in Europe, and Imperiums, Greek Wars. And also Jan contacted me and asked if I can do something about the Italian post office. He's not happy, so I called him. And, well, they used to be friends, they said.
Hey folks, it's Aardwolf. Welcome. Dan Penducci has asked me to give you a brief rundown of what has appeared on Aardwolf's Lair this week, so here we go. We started out the week with a live stream on Sunday night, a chit-chat with Nathan from the Wise Guy History YouTube channel. This is a wargaming-focused YouTube channel that you should definitely be subscribed to if you aren't already. We started off talking about counterclipping because we had both done videos in the previous week on that very subject, but we ended up talking about a whole bunch of different things. So please check that video out. On Tuesday, we did an unboxing video of C3I issue number 32 from RBM Studios. This is, of course, a wargaming magazine. This particular issue included 2 games. One, Mark Herman's Gettysburg, which is a very high granularity or low granularity, depending on how you look at it, a game about the Battle of Gettysburg. And the other is Frederick Bay's Battle of Issy 1815 as part of the Jeux de Gloire system. Something I hadn't known that Roger actually pointed out to me is that the Jeux de Gloire system actually originated in C3I magazine, the very first game based on Jim T and Richard Petersburg's Triumph and Glory system did appear in C3I. On Thursday, we unboxed 1985 Under an Iron Sky. This is a gigantic monster game from Italian company Thin Red Line Games on the subject of a hypothetical battle between NATO and the Warsaw Pact in 1985. Next week, we'll have some unboxing videos and maybe some more live streams than this, but one thing that is definitely planned for this coming week is a tutorial series kickoff for Vietnam from Victory Games. Vietnam 1965 to 75, still for many the definitive game on the subject of the Vietnam War. Patrick Mullen and I will be diving in with the Operation Starlight scenario. And it is intended for new players, so please tune in for that. I'd like to thank Dan Parnassus for giving me this opportunity to talk about what's appeared on Aardwolf's Lair. Until next week, happy wargaming.
And the gentlemen of the Player's Aid are reviewing Prelude to Rebellion from Compass Games, also unboxing Jeff Davis from White Dog Games, and Alexander. We are privileged that Alexander gives us an English tour of his game library. Jolly good. Tally-ho. And they're also unboxing Enemy Action Ardennes from Compass Games. Compass Games seems to be getting around. And Kilroy Was Here is unboxing expansion number 4, Gear to Warfighter World War II. And Rough Swordsman Wargamer is doing Enemy Coast Ahead, the Doolittle Raid Part 1, Attack of the First Flight. And he unboxes Men of Iron Battles, Tri-Pack from GMT. And the Wise Guy, Nathan. The War is Over report on the Rising Sun, Axis and Empires, Dice Senso, plus he gives us a review. And now starts a guide to Operation Market Garden War Games, and full campaign report of Axis and Empires, Dice Senso, and the Battle of Waterloo in 10 to 20 minutes by Waterloo 1815, as I see here, and Company Scale System Rule Primer number 1. Seek Out and Play gives us a How to Play Warfighter segment, creating a player soldier. Napoleon's Triumph has an episode called What's on Patrick's Wargame Table for August 2020. Tim of Hairbrained Game reviews The Mission, Christianity from the Crucifixion to the First Crusades. Combat Board Games is unbagging Star Wars Lightsaber Dueling Pack from West End Games. And Wayne Hans is giving us a basic tutorial and review in his Let's Play segment of The Mission. And GMT and Jerry White, with his game Atlantic Chase, gives us a tutorial on engagement. And the OG and David Heath are live on the air with Lock and Load Publishing Season 2 Episode 5. Ricardo Mazzini with Vlog 52 Verdun 1916. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first game of a company called Fellowship of Simulations. Mary and Tom Show, episode 112, where they talk about Stalicchio, 4 years of their nonsense, and also nominees for Charles S. Roberts, plus other stuff. Mark McLaughlin's remake of the old Avalon Hill War and Peace 6th edition. Wicked updates, wicked mounted map, wicked weight, wicked shipping prices, but you know what? That's not their problem. I mean, it's the post office. I can't take it. Cadet Games and They Were Soldiers. This is a board game of the battle that changed the war in Vietnam. La Drang. This is a game designed by Kevin Talley, and what you get with this game is actually in the Kickstarter, you get quite a bit of stuff. I'll show you some pics. Take a look. Because here on the Kickstarter page, it just shows you what you get. Well, here you go. And on September 22nd, from Princep Games, March on the Drina, and I've spoken to the designer of this game and publisher, and they're upgrading all their stuff. They're taking comments from people, and they're actually doing good on those comments. For example, take a look at these standing miniatures, and I think they're gonna be magnetized somehow. Anyways, don't forget, September 22nd, March on the Dream.
Shut up!
Another week, another show. Hey, I got 1,997. 1,900.
Shut up!
1,990 something subscribers. Come on. I know people are watching. Yeah, I check the analytics. You know, I'm a business guy like that. I need 3 guys to reach 2,000. Come on, watch. Press the subscribe button. What's the matter? Huh? My God. Well, I'm eating seaweed here. Guys, you have a beautiful weekend. I hope events start happening so I can tell you where and when. But what can I say? So guys, please subscribe, comment. There's always that one guy, that one guy who gives him that thumbs down. I know who you are. Oh my God. And please, support this show. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. And again, have a great weekend.
Shut up!
Hi, here's a game designed by Chad Jensen called Welcome to Centerville. It's a great game. Look how happy it is. Chad Jensen did some war games. And in here, this is a relatively light dice-based board game for 2 to 4 players. It has Okay, I can't do this anymore. Chad Jensen is a hardcore wargamer. He did Combat Commander. Now that's the game you want to play. That's the one. This is it. Okay? You know, I feel like Stephen Bonacor here.
Shut up!
One day I'm retired, one day I'm not retired, one day I have a haircut, one day I don't have a haircut. You know, I was discussing with Sam Healy. I said, Sam, what do I do? Do I go calm, this and that? And this is what he says.
Shut up!
Why, thank you, Sam. And this game, the Peloponnesian War, designed by Mark Herman. Mark Herman. Hey, Mark Herman. Okay, anyways, you fight as a Greek, and even as a Spartan. And this is a solo game. It's one of those weird games. And so, you're winning, right? You're winning. So what happens? Well, Mark devised a system where you switch sides now, because you're too strong. So now you're the weak guy. And now, you're gonna fight the Greeks. I mean, what's going on? That's the way you learn. And this game, by HOLLANDSPIELE, by Aaron Lee Escobedo. It's called Meltwater. The world has been annihilated by nuclear bombs. Nuclear, not nuclear. Clear. And there's only one place left in the world that's safe. Antarctica. So the people who live close to Antarctica make it to Antarctica. But the point of this game, it's a two-player game, but you can play it solo. The point of this game is to actually starve people because there's not enough food. What are you gonna do? There's not enough food. And there's 3 phases. In the sequence of play. The third phase is you draw a doomsday card. And radiation spawns. Anywhere. You could be there. So, you die. And the point of this game is for you not to die first. You let them die first. Then you die second. And you win. Fun! But what's the point? Who cares? We're gonna get this guy! Crowbar by Dream Team Herman Lutman. This game is solo. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. But the fun is trying to make it. It's a puzzle. How can I get this? There's a lot of these guys waiting for you there, and they're bad guys! That's just me being crazy. I'm laying it on. I'm a nice, calm guy like this. Like, that's what it's like, you know? But hey, you want to be crazy and have fun? War games make you crazy and have fun. I'll see you next week! Oh yeah, because this is normal.